All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome. Time for another edition of London Sessions. Without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. We've been on really good roll here on the stream of late. I was having a look back at it at the journal yesterday, and we're absolutely smashing it, guys. November, December's been really good. So looking to keep up with that today. We'll see what we can come up with moving forward. Obviously, we'll take a look at the gold. Also take a look at other charts and pairs as per request, guys. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to look at, you guys know the drill. As always, make sure to pop those into the chat and I'll get to you all shortly. Guys, in the meantime though, YouTube, the target today once again is 50 likes. So you guys can quickly do me a little favor and hit that like button just now. And TikTok, let's smash that screen. The numbers have been down a little bit of late on TikTok, but we'll get them back up. So make sure to smash that screen for me and I'll get to you all shortly. But without further ado, guys, let's first of all take a look at the all important news. And how often do we see that guy's face straight off the bat when we click over to Forex Factory here? All right, so obviously we had a big news day yesterday for the US dollar overnight my time with FOMC. Obviously it did push gold a bit all over the shop, to be honest. That's pretty much what I thought it'd do, and gold's just back doing its own thing at the moment. Bit of a pullback currently, but I will look at that more properly shortly. Had some high impact news for the Aussie here today. Unemployment rate was down. Okay, interesting. But otherwise, moving forward, there is some high impact Swiss news 30 minutes into London session, so be wary of that for anyone trading the euro, obviously the Swiss franc, and even maybe the pound. It may have a slight impact on that, so just be a little bit wary of that. Otherwise, guys, Governor Bailey is speaking, so also that is a couple hours past the session open, so that will have a big impact on the pound. And moving forward, unemployment claims 30 minutes into the NY open. So that's the news. Now let's get down to the all important bit. Let's have a look at the chart, and having a look at the gold and what we can see starting in that weekly time frame, guys, as we do. And we have now flipped back bullish. So again, this is just these wicks on these, well, the previous candle and the current candle is just the 4-hour range where we keep popping back down to support, popping back up to resistance. We're just stuck in this range at the minute. So as I've mentioned all throughout, price cannot trend forever. It's going to have moments where it will consolidate, grab some more liquidity from the market in order to make the next move, whether that be up or down remains to be seen. But while structure is bullish, I had to predict, which I don't do, but if you know, if you ask me right now, not to sit in the fence and choose, I choose more upside. On to the daily, what we can see is very evidently we are stuck in consolidation here. No clear direction at all, but the important thing I'm seeing on a daily is, and the higher time frame, just price in general, we're above that 4200 flat region. So it's obviously a big psychological round number that I've mentioned throughout. If we remain above it, I do see more potential for price to continue to the upside, to retest once again the all-time high back at that 4380 sort of region. Current candle has a high low, high to the previous, just once again rejecting that 4-hour resistance low. Currently pulling back. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles low for the time being, and we'll make our way down to the 4-hour time frame and structure. So this is where we begin to look at the structure, guys, and what I can see is the 4-hour structure is technically bullish, but once again we have tapped into a resistance only to reject. We'll just focus on the most recent resistance confirmation back at 4230 up towards that 50 sort of region. And as far as support, this is the most recent confirmation of support. So we're currently, again, just range bound, guys. Nothing's changed. We seems to be stuck in the same area throughout the whole through the week. Candle probability is bearish, about to close on the current 4-hour candle. Is there any margin below the current daily candle? We'll soon find out on the M15. So still bullish, but again, just range bound and in some consolidation on the 4-hour and the daily. Onto the M15 time frame here, and that is bearish. So we can see is that was the highest point, well, this was the highest point, sorry, market got to. That was the 2 or more consecutive candle pullback in the opposite direction, closure below this swing point confirmed a structure flip on the M15. So therefore we have bearish structure on the 15-minute time frame. We have the current daily forming bearish. We have the weekly forming weak bullish. We've got the 4-hour structure bullish, but with counter probabilities being bearish. I'm slightly leaning towards more the sells, guys. Doesn't mean I would not consider the buys. I'm just going to name these zones up a little bit. But at this stage, I do believe we may still pull back a little bit further. So options here today. Yes, there's a bullish candle wick, but it is a bearish candle on the 4-hour. So that's why I'm using that bullish candle, and same thing to the downside is a bullish candle on the 4-hour. All right, so we're going to mark in some minor levels now on the M15. And that is the most recent support. Going to use that as the resistance. We'll use this whole level. We're about to close, so we'll just use that. So for me on the gold, below the current daily candles low, we do look good. We've got clean traffic to the left. At that point there, I do believe there's a high probability that price could once again, first of all, 4,200 flat is going to be, would definitely be the first target. Now let's quickly go back to the 4-hour time frame. Yep, still got plenty of margin on the 4-hour as well. So yeah, definitely be considering my sell options below the current daily candles low. So within the current daily, we, like I mentioned before, we have been forming bearish structure in line with the actual 15-minute structure itself. We're creating some lower highs, lower lows. So if we were to once again pop down to the support, only to close back below it into that clean area traffic down to 41.88, I would off the back of that be looking for a potential option to take a sell. Now, if we are to continue bearish, this is what I consider to be the last significant lower high. So therefore, if we in fact close above it, what we're going to be doing is flipping the structure back bullish on the M15 time frame, in line with the actual direction of the weekly candle, in line with the 4-hour structure itself. So off the back of that, I could also look for a potential buy, have enough reason to do so into clean traffic. So very simple analysis here on the gold today. What I'm be looking for, likely buys above the resistance or sells below the support, but we just need to wait for a confirmation to do so. And that is pretty much the plan moving forward here today on the gold. Let's just quickly look. We are potentially closing bearish engulfing here. Is there any sort of margin that perhaps get involved in a little cheeky sell prior to it? I don't feel there will be, to be honest, because stop loss, the risk to reward is just not going to be there. You're probably looking at about, no, you don't even have a 1-to-1, to be honest, so we'll avoid that. Quickly look at the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, we're essentially just consolidating, so I'm going to avoid this range for the time being, and we're basically just going to be waiting for price to leave it, this area consolidation, and look for an option either side of that level. Just remove these levels for the time being. And that is my opinion of the gold. Make of that what you will. But as you guys know, be sure YouTube, smash that like button, TikTok, hit that little screen. And let's have a look at a chat, and then maybe we'll have a look at some other pairs. Tony Gold, Grand Rising to you. Hope you're well. Helen, good day to you. Roxy, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Barman, yep, appreciate it. Would appreciate it. Lawsy, appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for always for your support, both here and in the VIP. Sebastian, another one. Thank you for your support, mate. One of the YouTube members. Prime odds, so one, what's your entry? There is no entry at the minute. I'm waiting for my entry. Lau, good morning to you. Keelan, are you trading gold outside of stream? If I see fit, if I have a valid entry while I'm on the charts, but the thing is, I'm not really on the charts much at all when I'm away from the stream, to be honest. Yesterday, well, the last 2 days have been on the members. Last 3 days, we've had members only calls. Monday was a market update, live market update, Tuesday and Wednesday we did sim work because the charts were just not offering anything at all during that time. Both days the stream went for, or the members call went for about an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm not opposed to training away from the stream at all, but just happens to be of late nothing's really presented while I've been sat on the PC. Paul, g'day to you. Welcome guys. Don't forget, smash that like button please. Got quite a few on stream already, so let's smash that like button. Again, we are killing it. We've been killing it. We want more people to join the stream for education, free knowledge, bit of fun, bit of banter. So smash that like button. TikTok to you guys, welcome to the 40+ of you on stream. Thank you to the one new follower. Said, what time London opens for you? For me, it's 7 p.m. So it's 11-hour time difference between Melbourne and England. So it's a fair whack. TM said 55. It's December, bro. You shouldn't know it's one of the worst training months of the year. What I give a shit. I do what I do every other month of the year. Stick to the plan, have the plan, create the rules as price approaches the levels I want to get involved, and it should be all good. For me, it's always been decent. It's always been a good month. To be honest, for the most part, like I mentioned, because the US, it's their end of financial year, so a lot of people are wrapping up positions. So to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if gold actually pulls back a bit. May not happen though. Teams A55 been consolidating for a long time and will continue until January. Again, fair enough. November was a cracking month for me, and December's also been a good start, so not taking a loss yet this month. I think it's 4-0 or something like that. It's not many trades, but still. Again, I just do continue to do what I do. Everything else will be okay. How about July and August? Two probably slowest months of the year. I don't not trade it because of, you know, maybe it's fact that it's slowest months. I still look for possible entries. Again, same thing. Have the plan, stick to it, create the rules. If it presents you, enter. Terrible trade, strictly here to watch you lose again and celebrate. Fair enough, mate. You're wasting your time by being here. Up to you, my friend. Not even in a trade, my friend, so all good. Amelia, also from Melbourne. Nice one. Oh, is Pepperstone any good? Yeah, I think it is. Franco is with Pepperstone, so mentoring Franco for the past 3 years. Speaking of, guys, I will send you a link. Here we go. It's my team. Really enjoyed the members only course the last few days. It's been really good chatting to each other, doing some sim work. Interesting results. Peter, massive day in Asian for me. 185.9 pips after Fed news, impulse trade. Okay, fair enough, mate. Nice one. That's a huge day. So yeah, just don't give it back. Good work. Lucky I invested into a gold mine called a Motor here in Adelaide over a year ago. It's up, babe. Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, the miners, especially the silver junior miners, wow, you could get some real big return on those if you just depends. Not every company is obviously gonna fly or go up in value. Some will disappear. So the miners are a little bit like meme coins in a way, because it just all comes down to, you know, what they can actually produce, what they can mine, and the return, whether or not they're going to be profitable or not. But look at that, silver. Had a look at it before, up 118% since the start of the year. Gold's up 68%. How long have I been calling silver? How many years have I been calling it now? Still investing. I still bought more today. I buy every week at least 2, 3, 4, 5 ounces. So I've been in from literally from like, well, below here. I've been in from around $25 Aussie, roughly. I think it's my lowest buy-in. And I've still got conviction of it going up, so I'm not afraid to buy it. To me, silver will get to 4 digits at some point. Not saying anytime soon, but it will get there. Lucky literally went crazy today. Nice one, mate. Been in silver for like 6 years. Yeah, it'll hit 100. It is so close to 100 Oz at the minute. Got up to 94.29. So yeah, we'll see. Peter, I use Pepperstone. There are 2 account options you can try on a demo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Again, I know Franco uses it, and there's no issues with the platform. I think the spreads are pretty good also on gold. So I'm assuming there's a raw spread account similar to what we have with what I use, IC markets. As far as spreads, IC though is second to none. I mean, what's my current gold spread? Actually a little bit more than usual at the minute. It's 1.1 pips, but for the most part it's about half a pip to about 0.7, 0.8. So we get some really good spreads. No, I'm not affiliated with them guys though, so it's not, I'm not trying to toot their horn. I couldn't care less if you sign up to them or not. All right, let's take a look at GJ. This chart from yesterday. So again, I don't trade it anymore, but always good to do analysis. I know others do. Wow. So again, it's at levels it's not been at since I think it was 2003 from memory. Forming really strong bullish in a weekly. So for me, GJ is likely going to be just looking for buys, whether that be upon the pullback or upon continuation. Unless there is some sort of catalyst, perhaps such as the 15-minute structure being bearish, and maybe I don't know what the daily counts look like. I'll know in a second. Maybe if you got daily lower high, lower low, and you do have that. Okay, so you got lower high, lower low, but we are pulling back. So if we were to continue bearish, no need to pop back up and break the high of that previous daily candle. If we do so, what that would suggest to me is we have grabbed downside liquidity in order to make the move up, similar to the trade we took on gold yesterday on stream for that win. So I'd be marking just the high in general for the time being. Make our way down to the 4-hour structure. It's going to be bullish as well, so it's going to be likely bullish across the board. Maybe the M15 could be bearish. Just mark that in for the time being. Resistance, or use the high for the time being. There is nothing to the left. Onto the 15-minute time frame here, and that is also bullish. That is the highest point the market got to. That's the last significant higher low. I would just use this whole swing point, to be honest, and I would say so long as price remains above it, it's bullish in structure in the 15 as well. So for me, I'd just be looking for likely pullback buys on GJ. Options will be at the 15-minute support here, back at 208, 370 roughly. If price was to pull back to that point, we'll contemplate potential options for a buy if it were me. Obviously waiting for the right price action catalyst to do so. And otherwise, is there the margin above the current daily counts high? Not a great deal. Look, just depends how price closes above it. If it closes a little bit too far above, then you're likely not going to have the margin. Yeah, to be honest, I'd just wait for the pullback buy. whether it be from the support at 208.40 roughly or 208.150. Aside from that, continuation buys above the high. But prior to it, you want triggering sellers, trap the sellers, close above, retest, continuation. That is GJ. GU looking quite bullish. Looking very similar to gold actually. The 15-minute structure appears to be bearish though. Quickly have a look at GU. So the weekly high low high high, bullish candle. Daily high low high high. Previous daily was a really strong bullish engulfing candle. Let's just mark in the low and the high of that current day's candle. Make our way down to the 4-hour. Structurally, that is also bullish. So GU is also in a pretty strong uptrend at the minute. However, a 15-minute, as I mentioned just before, is technically bearish. So seeing you have the 15-minute technically bearish, there may be a catalyst to actually look for some sell options. Let's go down to the 15. See what we've got just here. And what we can see is the current daily candle's low. So yeah, it all to me will come down, as far as sell options for the time being, it will come down to the Asian range low. So continuation sells, what I want to see is price sweep the Asian range low, retest it, continuation. Oops, you guys get the picture. And if it actually swept the low, only to pop back above it, and you've got the margin to the upside, then I would definitely be keen on looking for a buy. Remembering the weekly's forming strong bullish, you've got all the other time frames very bullish, so I'd definitely be considering the buys upon the pullback. You may even have a buy option above this minor resistance just here shortly. Yeah, GU looks pretty good for continuation to the upside. All cool things going to get rid of FXCM. Yeah, after what happened, I don't blame you, mate. Are you happy bullion storage fees? To be honest, it is what it is. You can't avoid it if you don't want to keep it at home, and last thing I want to do is keep it all at home. Or what account is better? In regards to what Pepperstone or FX, or is in what accounts they offer? I'm not sure. I'd have to Franco pops on the stream, I'll ask Franco, he'll know. Aaron J, I think XAU is reaching 1 hour fair value. Maybe, I don't know, I don't trade fair value apps. Whole FX EU. Gens, thank you for sharing a live. So EU, similar to GU likely. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same across the board in these majors. So EU looking quite bullish. You got the weekly also same as GU, high low high high, forming strong bullish. Daily, so it looks the exact same as GU. I'd be marking the high and low of the current day's candle. See what you got either side of it. 4 hour, it's going to be structurally bullish. It definitely is. A tiny bit more room to the upside, but not much. So you're likely going to be wanting to buy it on the current pullback, because buying it above the high, running straight into another resistance onto the 15-minute time frame. And that is bearish. It's the exact same. It's literally the exact same here. So exact same analysis. I'd be looking for sells upon a sweep of the Asian range low, retest of it, and continuation into the clean traffic to the left. And otherwise, the buys are not as clean in my opinion on EU. You got some minor resistance just here. Yeah, you would have had to be involved already, to be honest. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for yet again another pullback buy. Anything else? Let's quickly look at it on the 15. Is there any clean traffic? No, it looks like it's running straight into that 4 hour resistance, so could be a bit tricky. Oh shit. Almost lost the mic. Seb, are you shorts? Yeah, it says, look, like I mentioned, below low, looks good. Jennifer Doan, TQQQ. I think you mean QQQ is in the index, the ETF. Peter, you say AU? Well, I still can't trade, so what's the point of being with... No, there's no point, is there? Peter Pepperstone, you use C-Trader platform. That's what Franco uses, actually. I remember speaking about it. I've personally never used C-Trader. We've got the option of using it as well with IC markets, but I've never bothered, to be honest. Honestly, the best trading platform, in my opinion, is ByBit. By far, you can actually trade gold on it. Not too sure what the spreads are. I've never really bothered to look into it. Actually, I must do it, to be honest, because it's just so much more user friendly. It's basically TradingView, and you've got your panel here. Manage trades really easily. It's just, yeah, it's, to me, it comes across initially as a little bit difficult. You look at it like, what the hell's going on here? But after about, I don't know, playing around with it for half an hour or so, you really begin to understand it and you realize it's so much better. Red J, nice setup. Yeah, look, we'll see. It's very simple analysis here today, but it's not just that simple. I mean, I do have confluences to look for trades either side of the current consolidation, but it is basically as simple as that, I suppose. I'm waiting for that confirmation. Dallas Hikari, C-Trade is good. Best is Trade Locker. Trade Locker is the main option, I think, for US traders because MetaTrader is banned in the US. There's probably ways around it, but yeah, I heard Trade Locker is also okay, but again, that's similar to what I just mentioned about ByBit. Apparently, it takes a little bit to get used to. Where did my drawings just go? Oh, that was strange. Yeah, from what I heard, it takes a bit to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite user friendly as well. Easy cook flicks. For the most part, the M15. TikTok, smash that screen for me. I really have no idea. All of a sudden, YouTube, I get more people on there than TikTok. That's never used to happen. I think I've confused the algorithm on TikTok, to be honest, by posting all these fragrance reviews. Speaking of, there'll be another one dropped today in that dupe or note series. It's a really good one too. Today's one, the dupe, is honestly, I think it's possibly even better than the original. Lasts longer. It smells the exact same. I honestly can't tell the difference. Yesterday's one, there is a slight difference, I can tell. The average person would still struggle. Today's one, wow. Mr. James Webb. Good morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. How's that old man of yours? Still struggling, obviously, to get out of bed for London session, by the sounds of it. Luke, g'day to you. Moved from TikTok to YouTube, mainly for being able to see full. That's all good, mate. I appreciate it. It's you're better off being on YouTube, to be honest. James is good. Probably in bed. Yeah, likely. Keep saying to me, ask me, you send me messages every so often. What time do you start in the morning? I'm going to be up for it. It's up for 1 or 2 days, and then obviously he doesn't make anything after that for a while. So he's probably enjoying his sleep-ins at the moment. Nickel 9627, can I buy above 4208 on the pullback? Possibly. Aim a stunner. Johnny Sins is a trainer now. How careers do this? How many careers does this man have? Johnny Sins. Supposedly, actually, I do look like him. That was from the old stream. Someone used to come on and say that all the time. Tell you what, he'd be leading an interesting life, wouldn't he? Definitely be getting, you know, or having probably more fun than I am, to be honest. Just Flintski, g'day to you. Have you worked a corporate job before? Not corporate, no, mate. Worked for a company that catered for corporates, but not actually as a corporate. I hardly fit in, to be honest, mate. I'm a simple guy. I'm really simple. I'm good at what I really understand, so I understand trading. Certain other things, I find I do what things that require a lot of attention to detail. To be honest, I think the gym's the same. I think people don't realize that the gym, it really requires a lot of attention to detail, because if you're just going there pushing weights and you're not doing it with the correct form and mind muscle connection and all that, you're really not working your muscles optimally. So to me, that's also paying attention to detail in the way you perform the exercises, the way you contract the muscle. Chase Naku, when do you suggest investing? Not investment advice, my friend, so this is trading anyway. Unknown Kiddo. Hello, sir. Good day to you. I want to learn about this. Unknown Kiddo. Just continue to watch the streams, mate. You'll learn a lot for free just by watching the stream. If you want to know more, you can always contact me. Again, there's links to all the different services, or the WAP link under my profile. Are you still pushing bullish? Snapshots, good day to you, mate. Welcome. By the way, guys, video dropping. It is scheduled for release. My YouTube members had early access, but it is scheduled for release just over 2 hours from now, so 8:30 my time. So that's 9:30 a.m. UK time, and you guys can work it out for yourselves, the rest of you. And it is a cracker, guys. You don't want to miss this one, trust me. I'm not just saying it. I give away a big part of the secret sauce, so make sure to watch it until the end. Give it a like, comment. It is definitely worth it. Unknown kiddo, how do I start? I'm really interested. Well, again, mate, it's all there on my profile page. So if you otherwise, just send me a message. But I never initiate contact, so I won't directly contact you unless you contact me first. That way, you know you're onto the right person. But again, the links are under on my profile page, the what link, which has all the different options. Luke, thank you, mate. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. You'll love it, trust me. And the editing work, to be honest, I did it all myself, so I'm pretty happy with it. This is the next key. How sorry, you now, that feeling when you are growing up and you think that adults are smart, and then you go into the work field and think, how are people this retard? Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, to be honest, I get frustrated with how daft some people are. And I'm not saying, because I'm by no means, I'm no rocket scientist, but I have common sense. I can work my way around anything, basically. And sometimes I just look at others, and not judging, but just, it's just, yeah, like, I suppose I am judging, but anyway, it's not my business to get involved, so I don't. Especially at gym and that. When I see someone about to destroy their back, or not necessarily doing it right now, but they're eventually leading to a destroyed back, it's not my responsibility to say anything. If it makes them feel good that they're lifting but not lifting correctly and lifting a bigger weight, by all means, up to them. Steve, good day to you, mate. Yeah, good. Just one trade, one win. Haven't been on the charts all that much, but December's been good. Have not taken a loss. I think it's 4-0 for the times I've been on the charts. November was fantastic, and continue on our merry way. I think it's on stream now, 14 of the last 15. Peter Kera. What's my strategy? So it's pretty much price action dictates my entries. So these candles are my signals. I have my levels predetermined as to where I want to get involved in trades, and I just wait for a price action catalyst. So I do look at the different time frames, starting at the weekly down to daily, 4 hour and M15, to determine a more preferable bias. I'm not always fixated on it. And it just comes down to what levels we are at on the chart, and using again higher time frame candles as candle probabilities to add confluence to an entry. So do have different ways to get involved, different candles, so on and so forth, but I'll go through them all right now. You just pretty much have to wait, watch, see, and learn. Sony looks like it's more bullish. Potentially. It's still done nothing yet to convince me either way. Got now just over half an hour until session open. Steve, that's good, mate. One trade for me off the lows from the fair break yesterday. Still holding. Nice one, mate. Yeah, so the release was here. So I mentioned yesterday, guys, didn't I? That would not surprise me to see it shit the bed first, then pop up. And it's exactly what it's done. Because everyone was anticipating a cut. And sometimes that's what happens, that the news will do the opposite, and then it will end up working as it would normally do off the back of the result. All right, YouTube, 31 likes. We've got 19 more to get to that 50. We need to consistently get to 50 likes, guys. So just quickly, if you could, make sure to hit the like button. Priv B63, what time is this, please, and why do you prefer this one? Thanks. This is 15 time frame. To be honest, because I believe as a scalper, it's a high enough of a time frame to give me a strong enough catalyst in price action. And it's also a short enough time frame to give me more options. So before I was trading more to 30, and I just wasn't getting hardly any options. I also use the 5-minute as well within the 15, and sometimes we'll base the entry off a strong catalyst on the 5-minute. But predominantly speaking, it's the M15, because it'll give me enough windows of opportunity. If I'm sat in charts between 2 and 3 hours a day, like you do the math, that's for 2 hours a day, that will mean 8 candles. So I have 8 candles to print to potentially find an option. And if it's longer, it's obviously I have more candles. So whereas before, if it was the 30-minute, which is what I was pretty much trading, I was very limited. GJ 103 106, morning mate. Why did gold not push further the upside after a rate decision yesterday? Because I think, to be honest, a lot of it's already priced in. And like I mentioned yesterday, gold's just doing what it wants to do at the minute, irrespective of news. Gold is basically in its own realm at the minute. Gold, the metals, silver, the white metals in particular, more so at the moment. And they just do their own thing at the minute. And that's obviously a lot to do with fundamentals going on around the world and the scarcity of some of these metals at the minute. Well, pretty much all the metals. All right, let's just see. Is there going to be maybe a slightly early sell, but we still have 12 minutes to wait for a confirmation this candle to close. But if it closes bearish engulfing, could just be able to manage to squeeze into a trade. But the thing is, it can't really pull back to create a higher upper wick, because then we're not going to have much of a we're not going to have the margin. So we'll see. BT trades, what market? This is spot gold, XAUUSD. ByBit, no worries. Crossover, what's your strategy again? Price action at predetermined levels on the chart after analyzing multiple time frames. So these candles are my signals. These candles are my indicators. Steve, that was my thinking too. So far, still in it. Hoping it takes the highest. Nice, mate. This makes key unless you care about trading, the better results you get. You know what? There's truth to that. Okay, it is, you got to be serious about it, but you can't do your head in, because you're just going to get frustrated. It's going to lead to emotions kicking in. You're going to, start chasing. You're going to do all the stupid shit that you shouldn't be doing. So if you treat it more like just a bit of fun on the side, which I know it's not, but if you treat it that way, it's kind of like a video game or a game of chess or something. Your opponent creates its move, candle closes, then you react if you have the right confirmation to do so. Otherwise, you just wait patiently again. It's a bit like that, in all honesty. That's how I sort of see it. So I see it as a bit of a game, and I enjoy winning. So to me, that's, I think, what works for me. Steve, but I'm thinking it will hit my break even. I will see, mate. I mean, I think a lot of it will come down to the resistance of 42.17, to be honest. Snapshots, yeah, well, look, to be honest, mate, back in September, really June, July, August, September was so slow during the London session. Agonizingly slow. So it happens, mate. Asian session has definitely been where it's at this year. Steve, that's true. If it takes me out, not lost anything. Well, that's the other way you got to look at it. J Caddick 91, expecting him push down to 4200, close the gap on the 1 hour. Fair enough, mate. I don't expect nothing. It could happen. Pove, let's you. M15, that's correct. It's about to retest lows. Possibly, but it looks like it could retest the resistance. Looks retail green. Koshel, for a long time, I see. How's podcast? No idea, mate. This is not that stream anymore, is it? So no idea. Nintendo, I can place an order if you wish. Look, I might be placing buy order soon, but I need to wait. Your dog's barking because, yeah, this dog is a pain in the ass. My sister's dog, she's just coming to pick him up. He barked at anything. Our dog doesn't bark. She's so quiet. She's a good girl. Michelle, all good. You're in a buy. GJ since 42.13. Nice one. Slide check GJ. See, start your name as GJ. Legend Don. A.C.T. Forex cameo flipped a $100 USD to 720 on Vantage Market Train Gold pre-FOMC yesterday. Do you consider it gambling when you start off small, risking $10 per trade and gradually? No, if you're risking 10 to 25 US a trade, and when you start at $100, well, look, it is, but just depends on your experience. Because to be honest, I've done something like that before. But you got to be careful. You really got to know what you're doing. So manage trades strictly. A lot of it could be gambler's luck, to be honest, because the thing is, it's such a small account that you don't really care at times if it goes backwards, if you know what I mean. It's easy to chuck another $100 in again and try it again. Eventually you're going to get it right. So look, it's a hard one to say. Yes, likely it is gambling, but in a way it's like trading is gambling anyway, but you may have had more of an idea of what you're doing. Because again, you've planned, you're accepting of the risk. Something I always speak about with my members. Especially that guy, Franco, who wants you, mate. Hope you're well. Saucy, today I don't want to lie. I'm confused about direction. It is a little bit tricky at the minute. That's why, personally, I just need to wait for it to choose which direction it wants to move in. Steve's starting to look like a pullback. Go gold, take the highest. Yeah, it's struggling still. This level 42, 15, 16 is pretty tricky at the minute. And Shoals pattern forming. Yeah, I see what you mean. Not that I really pay attention to it, but talking about something like that. I know it's not technically right, but snapshots, to be honest, I can't remember. Biggest loss was nothing that massive, but definitely look, it is a decent amount into the multiple Ks. Biggest win, I really can't remember. Again, the most I've traded is an 8 lot. So it's not massive lot sizes, but it's definitely, you know, you see some big returns on that and some big losses if you're not careful. Legend Don, all good. Good to see the TikTok numbers finally going up again. GJ, you got stop loss set to break even. Okay, what number? Sorry, what broker you on? TV? Forex.com. Live in Bakori. Good morning to you. Her next M15 looks like break of uptrend. It's just still struggling below the resistance, so there's nothing for me at the minute. Bangos, this is the M15. Mr. Leo Trader, anyone need help? I'm happy to move. There we go. Goodbye to you. I'm sure you can help them. First of all, you're going to rob them of all their hard-earned cash. And then you're going to pretend to help them. Okay, thank you for the sticker. Still on a downtrend on the 1 hour. Yeah, look, I see it a bit different. I see it's structurally bullish, but I know what you mean. It has made a bit of a pullback. You do have counter probabilities being bullish as well. Live in Bakori, don't be stupid, please. They're just gonna rob you of your cash. Again, if anyone in general approaches you on Telegram, Discord, whatever it is, sends you DM, how are you? I'm so and so. Have you thought about how's your investing going? First of all, it's not investing, this is trading. Have you heard of blah blah blah? I can, if you give me a minimum investment $500, I can turn into such and such by this time. It's crock of shit, guys. Just don't fall for it. Whatever you do, do not fall for it. Okay, break it down. Trend being rejected, weak buy session. It's not really doing much in a minute. I mean, actually, let's see. Just under 2 minutes remaining. It's popping back up. Really needs to close above though. Has to close above here. Oh, but tech. I don't have any thoughts of it because I don't trade fair value gaps. Okay, 42.06. Sendo, am I safe? I've placed an order at 42.12.49. If your analysis told you to do so, then you're looking pretty good, mate. So we just got over a minute remaining. Want this to continue to push. Now, what would stop loss be, roughly? What's a fairly wide one? So you need a decent lower wick. Now, there is a delayed interruption here, but it's below the resistance, so I'm not keen on it. So I just want to see our price closes, and then I'm going to need a decent lower wick. And that would probably have to be used as the stop loss. Okay, 40-day moving average, 45 is resistance level. Fair enough. Go slop. Good day to you. We buy. Potentially. So need that confirmation here. Need the closure above. Need a decent lower wick. So what I suggest to you guys is keep track of what the highest point of this candle is, await low wick, and then potentially set a buy stop just a couple pips above the high of the current candle. Needs to leave an upper wick. My chart is 42.1808, so 42.1835. Potential entry point. Alright, I need a decent low wick. Pop straight up, then the entry will have to be a little bit higher up. Needs to be a decent low wick. Retest that zone. So I've not set the order just yet. I can't get a stop loss. I need a more below wick here. The moment you're looking at about it, 9 pip stop, it's just not enough on gold. My concern will be is it flips, tags you in, comes back down again, creates more of a lower wick, then goes again. If you want to take off the back of that, up to you. Stop loss is just too wide based off the previous candle. You're looking at plus 70 pips. Need more of a lower wick. There we go, guys. See, that's exactly what I just said. You've just been taken out, likely. Tags you in, pulls back, creates a bit more of a lower low. So what would the stop loss be now? Alright, this is starting to look better. Alright, so what's the highest point in the current candle? 42.18, 22. So 42.18. $50. I'm going to place a buy stop. 42.18, 50, and just check what the highest point of your broker's chart is of the current candle. Place your buy stop just above it if you agree with it. Why is that not letting me? Ah, sorry. I have the TP set below stop loss. That makes sense. All right, so buy stop is set. Now, conditions, it needs to trigger in soon because we are coming close to session open. So I've got the order set at 42.18.50. The stop loss below the current candle. Oops. So let's see. Okay, no buy signal yet. Fair enough. At a yarn. What time frame? The candle's 15, mate. Hey, lots of gold is massive. Ooh, no, I'm still not in, guys. Not been triggered in. Very close, but I'm not in just yet. Now I am. All right, let's see. Let's see. Got triggered in at 45. All right. It's for later for my members. Now, it's a pretty tight stop, so there's really not much you can do about it, to be honest. Stop loss it. That's where I've actually got to stop. So we'll see. Oof. Looks like we could be taken out pretty quickly on it. All good. TP. TP, no, I wouldn't just TP there. I'd be taking you in between for sure. Stop loss 42.16.12 to be exact. Chrono, yes. Easy quick flicks. That's probably not a bad idea, to be honest. Because it's not looking pretty good at the minute. So we'll see. Yeah, it's a tight stop. There really isn't much I can do to manage it at the minute. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna be cooked. Almost cooked. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. All right. At least it was a quick one. Didn't have to wait. So better that way than waiting bloody half an hour plus for it to take you out. So loss taken on that one. All right. So best thing is to wait for session open now, guys. See how this candle closes. So that is a loss. First loss in a while on stream. All good. Whoops, I didn't update yesterday. Change that W to L. Watch it flip now and go. Chase Nuku, what trading platform? To execute trades, MetaTrader 5. Lee Jack, bias to sell. If that's your bias, then you stick to your bias. Again, can't be right always, guys. Had amazing run on these streams, so on this stream. Again, law of probability 80%. This is my second loss in 16 trades, so I think that's not that bad. $139 wins and 35 losses now for the entirety of the stream. This one loss takes it back under 80 every time. All right, that is updated. And that will go into the journal for my team because we all learn from it. I hate how it does that. Anyway, I'll do it. Try it later. You're a cog. If you used order flow, you could see that this push was liquidity. I wish I could tell you cancel entry. Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm not bothered. Again, I'm just trading off my confluences, so on and so forth. Again, I know I'm going to win 80% of the time. Again, I know I'm going to lose 20% of the time. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to, no point dwelling over it. You can never win 100% no matter what you're using. You're using order flow, whatever. Just do what works for you. Chrono was easy cook flicks, just money is now waiting. Of course, what else am I supposed to do? Jump straight back in? Futures trading, fine. Whatever, guys. You're allowed to take losses. If you can't accept the loss trading, then you should not be trading because that's how it is. You're never going to be 100% perfect, no matter what. I took the loss. Stan, I know it's too small, but I don't like having 70+ pip stop when I'm scalping. So there's a reason as to why. I saw a potential opportunity where I could get a quick 1-to-1. It didn't work. And what's, honestly, guys, everyone's a professional when you take a loss. Told you so. Told you it was a sell. Told you to buy it. But you can't tell me you never lose, guys. You're full of shit if you tell me you never lose. So you normally break out, you wait for confirmation, retracement before you enter. Buy now. You buy now, my friend. You do it. You go for it. Again, you're an expert, then why are you here watching? That's what I mean. Just chill, mate. I took a loss. I own it. I'm doing it live. Are you doing it live in front of everyone else? You're allowed to take a loss. T Bishop best losers win, exactly. John, yes, live. Nikhil, no strategy ever gave 100% in the markets. Everything's uncertain. Exactly. All we can go off is our data, but that's not always going to, you know, be correct. So what happens to the left doesn't repeat always. It just doesn't. You could have the most cracking setup and it just does the opposite. It's just how it is. Steve, the trade is still valid to retake if it goes back to where you last trade. Possibly, but again, I'm waiting for a session open now. If this rejects just now and closes weak bearish, then yes, I believe it will be valid for another take. Amelia, everyone takes loss, normal, but next trades, and once you get good runner, then it all falls into place. Yep, that's also true. Legend on. This is part of the game indeed, and people that in hindsight are unprofitable traders trying to cope with their current situation. All true comments. Johnson, will you re-answer? Possibly, but I need the confirmation. I'm not just going to re-answer because I want to get my money back. I need the confirmation. Without it, I will not be re-answering. So we'll see. Want this to close really weak. Oh, Bartek, thank you for the sticker, by the way. Easy cook flicks. I think this is a pullback trend line up on 5 minutes to come back there soon. Fair enough. What is the highest point now? That was the tag and drag. They're the worst ones. I haven't had one of those for a while. The tag and drag, where it tags you in and it just goes completely against you. Highest 46. So it's just a spread that tagged me in. We're looking at about 70. It's looking okay for potential re-entry, guys. Need to wait for a session open. This has to close weak. Susan, blessing. If our candlestick is 15-minute, why not stop us 15-minute candle low? Yeah, again, that's what I normally do, but it was too wide of a stop for me. Legend on, that's, yep, exactly. Again, everyone has different ways of going about it, so Lachlan, thank you for the sticker. Dallas Kari, you're in sales from 40 to 11, tickling my stop loss, losing part of it, tuition fees. Exactly, mate. All part of it. Someone could be in a buy and be getting wrecked, someone could be in a sell at the same time and still be getting wrecked as well, so it's just all part of it. All right, let's use a fib here. 0.382 pretty much lines up with the high of that resistance, so we want to be around the 0.382 minimum, the closure. So we really want this thing to start popping back up. There's only 40 seconds left in this candle. You're a cult, currently open XAUUSD. God, most of the respect what XAUUSD respects and breaks what. Yeah, it's all good, mate. I'm focused on this and we're at session open. Alright, so it's not going to be valid. So therefore, bullish engulfing is the next potential entry to the upside. And if it's the downside, there is not much I can do. To be honest, there's support just here to the downside. So now what I could do is just adjust the zone a bit. Easy cook flicks. You've got a pretty strong opinion of things. You should know when London opens, my friend. Steve, I don't have faith in gold, so move my stop loss to 42.06. Pips locked in. Do you think it's 42.06? Oh, it's in profit, so that's good, mate. At least you're not telling me you're moving it further back. That will be something against the law when it comes to scalping, to be honest. No trader should be doing that. Unless you've made an obvious mistake when you've said it and you've realized it. That's the only time I might accept when someone says to me they've moved their stop loss a little bit further out of me. 42.06. Yeah, if you want to be really strict with it, 42.10 even, but otherwise 42.04. Right, Trockers, no stop loss. Some do, to be honest, trade with leverage without stop loss. But again, it's all about risk accepting. If you can accept your risk, then it's a way of, you know, having leverage on your position. I know some people have been leveraged long on silver without a stop loss, running it up. To be honest, I think it's a pretty good thing. But me personally, I'm physically long. I'm holding it physically. Silver bullion, silver coins. T-ball once lower weakest form. Is this even 1 hour counter? I'm going for, you're going for a buy. Okay. Yeah, it's coming down pretty strongly at the open. Not looking good for re-entries at the minute, but we'll wait and see. Is that liquidity sweep? Yeah, it could be. Who knows? It's pretty much formed a double top just here though. I mean, now I can really see that head and shoulders pattern, but it's not breaking. But just like that, that's really clean head and shoulders, but the thing is it's pulling back. So I don't trade patterns. The next someone will tell me it's turning into a bloody cup and handle or some shit like that. Maybe, I don't know, I don't trade them. Used to when I was swing trading. So I am aware of them, I just don't trade them now. Brent Troger. So is your TP targeting liquidity? There is, I'm out of the trade, so there is no trade at the moment. Steve, cheers. Sometimes I just need to push as the ego gets in and says don't worry and we get back there. Yeah, no, it's always good to, I suppose, you know, have that herd sort of behind you. You know what I mean? If you got a bit of a community or something helping you out. Feel safer in numbers, I suppose. Gold. It's really not doing a thing, is it? Literally where we're at when we started today, basically. T-ball 007. Have a buy stop. Breaking the previous 715 high. Yeah, look, it's not. I can understand it. I mean, you got the hourly leaving long liquidity, which is the downside. It also looks to me like it's kind of exhausting, and you've got that 15-minute double top as well. Understand you're forming a series of high lows here as well, so perhaps if it broke again it's going to make the move, but for me it would be very impulsive to do something like that. Not saying it's stupid, I'm not saying, you know, you shouldn't be doing it, because you've got different ways of trading, to me obviously, and for you it might be a solid valid entry, but for me it's not. I just need to wait for now a strong confirmation. Username, would you signal if you take a trade? If I take a trade, yes. I pull it up there. Does Picari's December volume sucks? Yeah, look. This is my first loss of the month, so it's been okay otherwise, but it's just London volume's been shit ass pretty much all year, to be honest. Asian session, you get the moves. Asian session was again today, all the moves. Look at that, up, down. It's been consistently like that throughout the year. NY session, you always get moves because of obviously there's a lot of high impact news. And London has just been really crap. But stood up against the challenges and still been going really well. Alright guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. If it does break, I'll tell you one thing, it's forming a liquidity sweep. If it does break the high, it's broken low, has no need to pop back up and break the previous count's high if it was to continue bearish. But for me, it's come from too far back. I would definitely need to wait for a closure still. Oh, gold. So much fun today. I mean, there is a good chance this is just going to pop. But stop loss again is going to be a big issue. You're looking at about 60 pips, and it has to be the entry candle. Really leaves again no way to manage it, so I would just preference waiting for a closure. The man, son, angler, he will go up. You sell UMC, ha ha ha. I don't know, guys. Sometimes you gotta wonder. Steve's gonna breach this win. It looks like it's trying to, doesn't it? C-ball, my daily bias is bullish. Current daily candle already formed its low wick. 1 hour candle is bullish. That would make the 4 hour candle flip bullish. Yeah, that's fair enough. Look, if this closes right up near high of that candle without actually making a move just now, then I could look for an entry in the following candle. I need to wait for the confirmation. I'm not going to take it with just a few minutes left this M15, and considering how far it's actually had to come from making its low wick. So I'm patiently waiting just under 3.5 minutes. Jack, good morning to you, mate. Stop would be, just depends if this thing breaks or not, though, to be honest. You're looking roughly at about 60 pips stop again. Not fantastic, to be honest, but Jack, yes, evening. It's after 7 PM. CNM, hello to you. Welcome. Make sure to subscribe, tick that little bell. The video, like I mentioned, dropping in just over an hour from now, guys, scheduled for release, and you don't want to miss it. Honestly, it is a cracking video. Giving away one of our big secrets. I mean, you see it happen here. I do call your trade here when it presents, but I'll go into more detail on the particular entry and what to look for in that video following the stream. So a little bit later, in exactly 1 hour and 17 minutes from now. All right, so we want this, last thing I want is for this candle to reject and close weak bullish. I want it to close up near the high here. Thank you, Jack. Good day to you. May not be ready. So again, it could just be forming that double top pattern. So that loss puts me in drawdown so far for the week, but not for the month. The month's still well and truly up. Yesterday's win was just a small win. But it's all good. Sometimes it's how the cookie crumbles. It's just part of trading. Thank you for the new sub. Username, what price am I in right now? Well, I want to be above 42.1860, and I'm really finding it hard to find a decent sell until back below 42.04, unless it's upon a deeper pullback and look for a sell from higher up. But at that point there, I would still doubt it because everything would be so bullish. So I'd rather just wait for potential buy options. Alright, so it's definitely not the closure we want. Really, GJ, consolidate everything, just not really doing much in a minute. Jeez, London session, wow, just not doing a thing. T-ball, you can't see buy stop. 15-minute candle failed to push up. That's fair enough. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea, to be honest. Today's string fragrance is Ralphlon Polo 67 Eau de Parfum EDP. Not bad. It's like it's just a good stock standard everyday fragrance. Mandarin, pineapple, hop notes, cedarwood, I think is the base note. Some spices as well. Nearly every fragrance has the exact same notes. It's unbelievable. That's why I reckon, honestly, these days they pretty much all smell the same on this as they settle down on the dry out. Yeah, gold not looking great. Not really looking like it's up too much at the minute. Have a quick look at Bitcoin making a little bit of a pullback. But look at the higher time frame perspective. Daily, like it could potentially come back down to 89k. It is creating some high lows, but it's against the structure itself. So in this sort of situation, I believe it's more prone to making a waterfall move down, because the pullbacks are shallow compared to the impulsive wave. So this is the impulsive wave, these are the pullbacks. Structure is bearish, so until that flips, but in my opinion, there's a high probability of it creating another wave down, and then a similar sort of thing, it'll slowly trickle back up. If it flips the structure back bullish, that's when, you know, it could be ready to really continue to rip. That's how I would personally see it. T-ball, you're waiting for M30 count to break above 42.17. So are you gonna wait for the close, or? Jack, you know what caused the huge dump in Asian session today? No idea, mate. Not sure, to be honest. I mean, for the most part, I heard a pretty interesting fact today, also about silver, but also related to gold. I mean, but for the most part, the Asian session, if price was just to follow the Asian session, gold would be up around 10k, to be honest, because it's just bought basically every time during the Asian session. Silver even more so. Silver, from what this gentleman worked out, it'd be up over $300 an ounce if it was just going off the Asian session throughout the year, and based off the US dollar, it'd be around 15 cents. So off the back of that, it's the, you know, it's at $62 right now, and gold was similar. It would be much higher than what it actually is if it wasn't sold off during the NY session as often as it is. But you do have your days where they do pull back. I don't think silver made, well, it did make a bit of a pullback as well today. but it's pretty much where it started today. It's actually above where it started today. Yeah. That's actually crazy. It is. Just goes to show that, you know, obviously China, the biggest player in the Asian region, really buying it up. Even India. Jeez, I wish silver was back at 15 cents. Wow. Bought another ounce just before the stream as well. You know, continually buy it. I usually wait for the weekend. I will be buying more on the weekend as well. G Block Velvision, g'day to you. What's going on the 5 minute as well? Let's just have a look. So 5 minutes just consolidating, so you really need that closure above. I need to wait 7 minutes and we'll see where we're at if we get that closure. But good day to you, mate. Welcome. Yesterday was crazy. What, the FOMC? Yeah, it looks like it always is, but you know, I don't trade it. Plus it's 6 a.m. my time. It's not that I'm not up, but I'm not going to be on the charts at 6 a.m. to trade FOMC. To be honest, I would love if it was flipped the other way around and my train day was from like 6:30 to 9 every day. I generally wake up, most days I'm up by just after 5, to be honest. Alright, goal rejecting, doesn't look like it's gonna do anything at all. Gonna be likely not an entry, no re-entry. Yeah, sup, it's not going up, it's not really doing anything, is it? Took it from C was a good scalp. Nice one, mate. I knew what happened. I knew it would sell off and then pump. We spoke about it yesterday. We said that will happen. You guys seen those trading floors, I think in Korea? I think it's bullshit, to be honest, but you see like maybe 1,500 people in some trading cafe, and they've all got their phones there, they're all waiting for FOMC, and then they're all screaming because they never lose. It's another scam thing. I've seen it on TikTok. There is no way, because they're pressing like order execution, I think basically as the news is released, so it's flipping the dice basically. And plus you're gonna get slipped big time. Even if it's market execution, you're still gonna get slipped something crazy. It took, yeah, I think I've seen it, mate. I've seen it. Alrighty guys, it's not gonna happen. Got 3 minutes left. Yeah, so for me, really need to be patient, need to wait for closures here, because it just continues to suck people into trades at the minute, and obviously pulls back towards the middle of consolidation. It's just not ready. Doesn't have the volume at the minute to make any sort of moves. I've been waiting for this rate closures after side, to be honest, and a strong closure. Has to obviously be a strong closure, retest, continuation. That's what I would preference. So that would be a wrap, guys. Pretty boring day, to be honest, but anyway, do trade safe, guys. Don't do anything stupid. Hope you all, you know, had a good one. And for those who haven't, always another day, guys, so don't stress it. Always another opportunity. But yeah, as for tomorrow, usually not on Fridays normally, so I don't usually have the time for it. I never say it's no chance I'll be on, but there's a, speaking of probabilities, there's a high probability I won't be on. But if not, make sure to have a good weekend, guys. Don't forget to keep a lookout for the video dropping in just over an hour from now. You will love it, trust me. It is well worth the watch. You'll definitely learn a thing or two about what is, and still, well, it won't be anymore, was our secret entry at A.C.T. Forex. So have a watch of that. Make sure to drop a like, leave a comment. TikTok, there'll be another fragrance review dropped on TikTok, and that video, which is for YouTube today, will be dropped probably in a few days from now. Take care, guys. Trade safe. Don't do anything stupid. Until next time, all the best. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.